to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you. Hey, Mama. Hey.
Hey, Mama.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. If this is your first time listening, welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
Welcome.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
And it's our birthday.
It is 1 year of the Real Mama Pod.
So we are going to have Mama Juice first, and we'll talk about what that means and what it is, because our candle is going out. So make a wish, friend.
Let's make a wish. All right. Love it. So we're doing things very backwards today, but it's okay because this is a celebration. We can do what we want to do, right? So each episode, we have something that we call Mama Juice. And Mama Juice is a drink that's curated for the discussion. It's curated for our guests. And today, it's curated for celebration. Yeah. So we have a birthday cake shot. And this is a salted caramel birthday cake because me and Devin both love caramel. So we're going to do a cheers. Salute to 1 year of success with the Real Mama Pod. And we're going to go ahead and take this shot.
Okay.
Because that's what we do on our birthday.
All right.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
It's the whipped cream.
It's strong.
Is it?
Okay. It's strong. Usually we don't drink and be smacking all in them.
Well, not like taking shots. We don't be taking shots in the camera and in the microphone, but it's our birthday.
It's our birthday. We can cry if we want to.
Yeah, we can. So what this shot has in it is 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of salted caramel cream liqueur, 1 ounce of Licor 43, topped with whipped cream, sprinkles, and we had a candle on to celebrate 1 year of the Real Mama Pod.
Yes.
And if you're a mama to be, we have mocktail versions for you, or a mocktail version. So you'll have 2 ounces of chilled milk, caramel syrup, shake that up together, top it with whipped cream, and add your sprinkles.
All right.
And that'll be the birthday shot. That's what that drink is called.
It's definitely a birthday shot because it's kind of strong. But it's tasty. Yeah. Well,
congratulations on 1 year.
Congratulations. All your hard work is paying off.
Our hard work.
Yeah, our. Okay, so we have a little game. Not a for real game, but just a little game. Things we are working on this podcast. We say a lot of
the same
words. Yes. So if you happen to say one of those words that we discuss throughout the episode, we have to put 25 cents in the Real Mama Pod jar. Meanwhile, all our cents go into the jar anyway, but an additional 25 cents.
Okay. So 50 cents total if we say those words.
Yeah. So what are some words you're working on not saying so much?
So I tend to say, I love it. Well, that's like a phrase.
Yeah.
I say that. I say absolutely a lot. What else do I say a lot of? I feel like those are my main
your go-tos. Mine are absolutely.
Dive deep. You say deep.
Yeah.
You love a good dive.
Ooh, dive deep. Yeah, I'll be diving, y'all. And so I'm good for a so and like when I listen back, I'm like, oh, why do I say that so much?
Yeah, like is one of those words. I think it's just common, period. Yeah. I say like too.
Yeah.
So we can't say any of this.
Yeah.
In the conversation today, or we owe 50 cents to the Mama Pod.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. So. See, there we go. 25 cents already.
You already. No, you 50
cents. Yeah. Okay.
So wait, let me ask for clarity.
Yeah.
Can I say the stuff that you usually say, or like
nope.
Neither one of us. Okay.
Neither one of us.
Okay.
All right.
What you got?
What's one thing you love about yourself?
About me personally?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see some self-reflection.
Yeah.
I think that I'm a pretty resilient person.
Yeah.
I feel like if life throws me lemons, I'm really gonna make lemonade out of it. I might be mad a little bit in the beginning, but I'm gonna bounce back.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I love about myself is resilience can look like a great trait, and it can also look like a trait of like, you don't have to always be resilient. And I think that's where that strong woman complex comes in.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with being resilient, and I'm okay with identifying the fact that I can be resilient and take a step back and try to live a softer life.
Okay. That was good. You took my answer.
Did I?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You are resilient.
Yeah.
But that was your answer?
Yeah, that was my answer, legit. I was like, dang, she took my answer.
Oh, dang.
It's all right.
You can be resilient.
Yeah, we think a lot alike.
Yeah.
So we did, I think we did a live not too long ago, and yeah, that came up.
The
when we said grace, when we talked about our journey through podcasting and motherhood, it was like, what's one word we use to describe? We both said grace. So that happens often.
That's okay.
Okay.
You are resilient, though, friend.
So what is one thing you're trying to improve about yourself?
Oh, that is a really good question. And it's a hard question to answer. I am trying to do a better job of not always having a response to things. Everything does not require a response.
Yeah.
As hard as it can be to not respond.
Yeah.
I'm working on just everything doesn't require my energy, my attention, a response, and knowing how to decipher what's important to respond to and what's not.
That's good. Yeah. So
that's one thing I'm working on.
I need to work on that too.
What about you? What do you? Let me ask you, friend.
Yeah. I'm trying to work on stop cursing.
Stop cussing?
Yeah.
I'm wishing you will.
Yeah, I have a potty mouth sometimes. And I'm trying to work on that, especially with, I was very transparent about me trying to grow closer to God. And I think it's okay to have a slip up every now and then, but to be in my everyday vocabulary, I feel like I should use other words to describe how I'm feeling. And cursing is just not it.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, so I'm trying to work on it. Now, it may come out. Like, I'm not perfect.
Okay.
I'm human. I'm a child of God. But it's something I'm actively working on.
Well, I will hold you accountable there.
Yeah.
I will try not to cuss around you.
Oh, you can. I'm married to a cusser.
You are. But I got you, friend. I'll hold you accountable.
Yeah, if you hear me, be like, are you supposed to be saying that?
If you cuss, then you owe 50 cents to the Real Mama Pie.
I'm going to be broke.
That'll stop you from cussing. Let me ask you a question. So, what are you most excited about? I mean, I just said so I got to add 50 cents to the Real Mama Pie. What are you most excited about with the Real Mama Pie looking ahead? We're at 1 year.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about?
I'm excited to continue to grow. Like, I think we talked about this earlier. Like, we have been growing organically. Like, none of our stuff went viral. You know, we're not like that overnight success. You have one follower, now you have 50 million. Yeah, it's not working like that. But every day we have like a new follower and people really tuning in to our podcast, and we're growing organically. So I'm really excited about that. But I'm excited to grow more and to put out more. So I think on a previous episode, we talked about having little communities in different cities.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool. And then, of course, whenever we can figure this out, our mama trip, vacation, whatever that looks like.
There's another 50 cents, absolutely.
I'm super excited about doing more things like that, just networking with our community. Yes, we get to talk to different moms through our interviews and things like that, but I want to do a little bit more of connecting. So I'm excited about that.
I agree with that. I love when we have our small gatherings whenever we can. Because it gives us a chance to connect with our friends, our community, and have real candid conversations about life, not just motherhood, but life in general. So, I think that was another 50 cents. I said so. And it is one of those.
Yeah.
Well,
it's hard though.
Is a hard one.
Yeah.
But I agree with everything you just shared.
Yeah.
I think we have so much potential, and I don't even think when we started last year that we thought we would be where we are today.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what this next year brings, because we're always challenged with something new, something great, and we accept those challenges and we move on with them. So I'm excited to see like how there's another 50 cents like I'm excited to see what this next year holds and what new challenges come.
Same. I was at a wedding in Vegas not too long ago, and so many people were like, I love what you all doing, like keep it up, like dang.
I mean, that's what they were saying.
Yeah,
though.
they were.
Like you're quoting.
I'm quoting. So, yeah.
That's okay.
I'll take my 50 cents back. But I love what you all doing, what you're putting out there, how you creating a safe space. And I was just wowed by how many people are watching what we're doing and either get motivated by it or want to dissect episodes. I was just like, really? For real? Y'all really listening?
Yeah.
Really? And watching? Like,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
By who's listening. And I get surprised when I hear my guy friends come to me about conversations we've had on this podcast. And I'm like, y'all listening to the podcast? And they're like, yeah, we listening. Like, we support y'all. We want to hear more about what motherhood looks like because we want to be fathers one day and we want to have as much information going into being a parent as we possibly can. Yeah. And I'm here for that. So you never know who's listening.
So what scares you the most? And I said so.
50 cents. Dang. What scares me is there's 50 cents for me. What scares me is us blowing up and having to figure out how we're going to manage that. Like with our personal lives, with our careers. And I'm excited for the blow up. And I pray that we are ready and in position and armed to be successful when we blow up.
There's another answer. You stole mine. I am so nervous about that because we have been manifesting that the Real Mama Pod will be a household name and we will be doing things that we want to do for our community, for mothers everywhere, right? It's just two of us. And as you all know, if this is your first time listening, you may not know, but we do everything ourselves from video to editing, audio, all of that stuff, like content, names, description of the episode, finding the people to interview. Like we think of all of that and do all of that. So I'm looking forward to blowing up and actually be able to have help. Because this is a lot. But hopefully it happens organically, like everything has been happening, and that we are fully prepared for what's next.
Yes. And I think it's great that we have this foundational knowledge of our podcast. Like, if, God forbid, something happens, we can carry this ourselves if we get, or when we get to a space where we have a team of people who are here to help us edit and the videos and the audio, and we're just kind of showing up and we're going home.
Yeah.
But we have a foundational knowledge of what it takes to start a podcast and maintain a podcast without the support of people, right? There's 50 cents. I'm the one over here keeping tabs on how much money we put into the pot. But I think I'm very excited about what's ahead, even though I am scared of that. And we shouldn't be fearful because that's what we are manifesting, and that's what we want for the Real Mama Pod. And we got to make sure we're ready.
Yeah. We stay ready. I was born ready, like fish and spaghetti. Make this money. Take this money. Ain't no way.
Okay.
You
Next
can take
question.
this from me. No? Okay.
Next question. Look at you over there rapping. I think quietly Devin wants to be like a rap artist because this is not her first time.
I can never
busting a flow, whatever you want to call it, spitting on the mic.
Not spitting.
Not your first time. So, what do you think we can improve on?
Our audio.
I think
no. Sorry, not our audio. My apologies. I meant our visuals.
Okay, we have improved there.
We are improving, but we're not.
We're not like producer. Like it looks like a TV series type of video.
But we're good for where we are. I think we're really good for where we are. But I think to take it to the next level, our visuals need to be top notch.
I can agree with that.
Right now, they're just average, and average is okay.
I can agree with that. and our visual component
across the
with
board,
the recordings and on social media. Like you see all these 4K reels. I'm like, what kind of camera are they using? Because we have a decent camera, right? It's a Canon.
We have nice iPhones.
We
still don't get the product.
Right.
We have lights.
And some of those folks be like, oh, yeah, I just use my iPhone.
How?
What are your settings?
Because we did the settings and it don't look like that.
Right. So we need to do some more research and practice with our visuals.
Yeah.
So I can completely agree with that.
Okay. Is that part of your answer or do you have something else to add?
That's my answer for right now.
Okay.
Obviously there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
But I really think our visual across our, like I said, our recordings and our social media, we're going to get better at.
All right. So where's the Real Mama Pod in 2 years? Where are we?
2 years?
2 years from now.
2 years, we have a team of people who will be supporting us with these visual and audio components. And we will have a community. Like, we have a community now, but I'm speaking on a community that gathers in person, whether that's a conference or the momications that you talked about. That's where I see us in 2 years. I also see us bringing in more income. Okay. Now we're starting out. We're getting sponsors, which we are super thankful for, and we still got bills to pay.
Yeah. Are you looking for a place to go, like on vacation or with your girls?
Of course, I'm always looking to kick it with my girls or my man.
Yeah, or your boo. Well, if you are in search of a vacation planner, we have the perfect person for you, and that is KT Travel and More.
Yes, Stephanie is fabulous and thorough.
Very.
And she will make sure you have the best time on your vacation.
Yes.
Yo, if you have a destination wedding you're trying to plan, let's talk about that. Okay, anniversary, couples trips,
baby
all
moon.
That. Baby moon. Yeah, she got you.
She got you all the way.
So check out KT Travel and
More.
Yes, and tell her we sent you.
Being or having a podcast is not cheap.
It's an expensive hobby.
It is very expensive, and you don't realize how expensive it is until you're in it.
Yeah.
We didn't anticipate spending this much money.
When our tax person told us how much we spent last year, I said, what?
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Where did we get that money from?
I don't know.
Because I don't feel like we were hurting for anything either. And our husbands have been super supportive.
They have.
In financing this hobby.
Without question, too.
Yeah, without question. So whatever you need
Jonathan,
for Jared. The Real Mama Pod, you got it, baby. Like, seriously. And y'all know Jonathan and Jared are very cheap.
They're frugal.
Cheap. Maybe yours is frugal, but mine is cheap.
No. Jared's not.
Yes,
no, Jared will spend money on what he
wants to. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're not going to get on that, on the expensive things he has purchased.
Yep, that's another conversation.
Yeah, maybe when we bring them on, we can talk about that.
Okay.
It may be an argument, though.
No, let's not. So where do you see the Real Mama Pod in 2 years?
Yeah, our Momications, an annual thing. Community, like you said, meeting up in different cities and really meeting our listeners face-to-face and doing activities and events in those cities, traveling, maybe even like a tour.
A tour of what?
Like we go, you know how these podcasters be going on?
Oh,
like a live show.
Live show tour.
Yes, a live show. I see that. Maybe that's in 5 years. But if we blow up like we say we're trying to blow up, it might happen in 2.
Right, because we're going to need funding for that.
But guess what? We're going to have the funding. We're claiming all of that.
There we go. I support it.
We are going to be on a network.
Yes.
And we're going to be actually making money, seriously making money for the business at the Real Mama Pod. And it's crazy because when we first started this podcast, it was truly a passion project. But once we saw how much money you could obtain for podcasting, which we had no idea, and how much we were spending, we was like, we got to at least pay these bills. If we're not even paying ourselves, just pay the bills. Because, again, I love what we're doing, so this doesn't feel like work. So we don't have to get paid to do this. But at least for us to run, let's get that paid because I'm tired of paying for that. Dang. Oh, okay. I thought it was me. No, it was me. You're doing worse than me.
I am. I am. In this sense, I am definitely not. It's definitely one of those.
No.
We didn't
it should have been.
It should have been, though, because we
said that a lot, but it's okay. We didn't say that.
We didn't, so I don't owe 50 cents on that.
Mm-mm.
So I have... You don't realize how hard it is to not say these words until like you've been challenged to not say them. But I think this is our last question. Yeah. How has the Real Mama Pod affected your marriage, your relationship with your children, your job, anything? Like, how has being a podcaster now affected you in your personal life?
Okay, so there are some positive things that happened. Mm-hmm. For my interviews, we're always learning, and I'm able to apply that into my life. Mm-hmm. Especially the episode with Shrez challenging us to just take care of ourselves a little bit more. My episode with Rita and not like stressing out about little stuff. Mm-hmm. And all our episodes, really, I'm always have something to take away and trying to apply in my life. So that has been great. A negative is, dang, that's 50 cents. Sometimes I feel as if I'm working a lot with the Real Mama Pod as far as like social media posts and things like that. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't allow me to be present. So, and what I mean by that is one time Drew literally took my phone and was like, Mom, hello. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Or Jared needed me to do something. I'm like, hold on real quick, babe. I'm working. Let me just respond to this text or this email or post this real quick. Or in the moment, I'm like, oh, this is content, you know? And so it doesn't really allow me to be present. But I've also been very conscious about that and being able to turn it off or ask Jared to hold me accountable. But like, babe, just put your phone down. It's going to be there. So that is one negative, I could say. But as far as like, I don't have another word for like.
As far as
negative aspects of the podcast. Okay. Jared has been very supportive of my dreams and goals, and we've kind of been on the same page about that. So he's always like, oh, what's next? You know, so it has allowed us to have more conversations about different things we may not have talked about before. Or he'll send us stuff on Instagram like, oh, try doing this reel and things like that. So, and things should have been another word too, because I say that a lot.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's my positive and negative. I know that was long-winded.
No, it wasn't long-winded because it's true.
Yeah.
You've shared a lot of what I would have said, but this podcast has also challenged me to be more creative. Mm-hmm. Like, I think there are ways that I could be naturally creative, but I don't label myself as a content creator. Mm-hmm. I get on Instagram or social media and I'll scroll and say, oh, I like this, and I'm drawn to things. But when it comes to producing or creating content, it's not something that I typically do on my day-to-day, right? So it has challenged me in that way to be more creative, even with our mama juice. Like, I know what a good drink tastes like, but having to curate a drink is a challenge, right? Especially if you want your drinks to match the people that you invited on your podcast or the content. So it has challenged me in that way, but it's been very positive. Like, long term, I've been able to connect with people about my experiences and their experiences, like being a support person for anyone who needs it. Eli loves... He came to me and said, I want to hear, hey, mama, hey, the other day, like, while I was editing the episode. And I was like, Eli, like, he's allowing him to see mommy working and doing something positive.
And following her dream.
Exactly. That should have been another word, exactly. But allowing him to see me work in that space is rewarding, right? He sees mommy following her dreams, like you said, and doing something that she's passionate about. Yeah. And Jonathan even loves to see me doing this. Yeah. Like, he finds it so sexy. He tells me all the time, it's so sexy when you're working and doing things that you're passionate about. Yeah. And even in my job, like, he says the same thing. Yeah. So Jonathan has also been one of the most supportive people. He's like an avid listener of the podcast. He is one of our toughest critics, and I really appreciate him for that because he wants us to be the best we can be in this space.
Yeah, absolutely. I would add that for the kids seeing us, like they love the mommy. What you doing? You working for the Mama Pod?
Right.
No, they be like the real Mama Pod.
The real Mama Pod.
Yes, they love it. They have been in a few reels and things like that. I'm like, y'all, this is for the Mama Pod, and they are like they'll eat it up. So
and we appreciate our babies and our husbands for being amazing, and our friends. Yes. I want to highlight our community. Our friends have been the best.
Yes.
Whether it's you all joining us on the podcast or putting our names in the hat for anything,
right,
or referring our podcast to anyone, giving us tips on how to better our content. Like, I cannot express enough, and I'm sure Devin feels the same.
Absolutely.
How much we appreciate all of you, and like we are looking forward to taking this next step in our journey with you. And we really love y'all. From the bottom.
For real. And y'all been here since day one. It's some friends that listen to every single episode, and I feel bad that y'all listen to those episodes. And
the content is good.
Yeah, the content is good, but it was a struggle listening and like hearing things.
Yes.
Especially as you hear, as we get better, it's like, oh, this is it. Mm-hmm. They mastered it. But we definitely appreciate you guys for just holding on and not giving up on us and just following this journey with us, because we're nothing without y'all. Y'all make up the pod.
Exactly.
So we're nothing without a community. Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing
Dang it. What? That's $1 because I said absolutely twice. So anyway. Well, it's time for Mama's Corner. And if this is your first time listening, Mama's Corner is our opportunity to connect with our guests, if we have guests, or with our community. So typically, we'll have a listener who writes in, and either they send us a mama hack, mama juice, ask for advice. We are no experts, so please do not blame us for anything that goes wrong. But if it goes right, give us our credit. And we basically share advice based on our personal experiences. So we had someone write in. And it's a little long, but not too long.
Okay.
Ladies, loving this season. Is it difficult being business partners and best friends? How do you all create boundaries and not mix business with pleasure? That is a good question.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Well,
how do we not?
I feel like business is kind of pleasure. So that's kind of easy to answer.
Mm-hmm. So with us working, so Devin and I, we share often that we think a lot alike, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that helps us with this business because usually we're on the same page with things. Now, Devin is a very creative and let's try this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm more of a logical person. They got to all make sense. The dots got to they got to connect. And I got to sit and process things sometimes. But we both understand that about each other. Mm-hmm. So we lean in on each other's strengths. And wherever the other person is, I don't want to say weaker because we don't always align in certain things. That doesn't mean that we're weaker.
Right.
But we play off of each other's strengths, I should just say. If you're having days where you're like, friend, I ain't got it in me, I got you, girl. Mm-hmm. When I have days where I'm like, friend, I ain't got it in me, you like, I got you, girl. Mm-hmm. So it's just a matter of understanding where we are in life and playing off of each other's strengths.
Yeah, and to pushing each other. Because there are times where Kendra will give me pushback, and I'm like, friend, you have to think a little bit more creatively. Like, the dots can connect, but they might be crisscross. It's not going to be in a straight line. It might cross a little bit. It might make an X, but they're still connecting, right? And she's like, you know what? You're right. And you have to be receptive, knowing that it's coming from a good place and not take it personal. Like, that's 50 cents. I would never do anything to intentionally make her upset and vice versa. So just knowing it's coming from a good place and be like, friend, this is what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Just hear me out. Have a little bit of patience. Don't be so dismissive about the idea. Like, we can do it. It may not be on this grand scheme, and we can scale it back just a little bit, but it makes it special because it's our own. Mm-hmm. And vice versa. She'll be like, you are going too far to the left. I need you to come back.
Just reel it
back in. We can't do it. We can't do it. So yeah, so we kind of naturally I wouldn't say we have boundaries because we respect each other's opinions.
Right.
So
and we respect each other's
voice. True.
And how our business runs.
Yeah.
Like if both of us aren't comfortable with moving forward with something, it doesn't happen. So,
and we'll say that too. Like, if you don't feel comfortable, then we just don't need to do it.
Right.
And then maybe we can revisit another time.
Right.
And then one person may be like, you know what? Now that you say it like that, that makes sense. Let's just do it. It's going to be a lot of work, but let's just do it, and vice versa. Or we just leave it like it is, and
we'll pick it up wherever.
Or we'll see it on Instagram, like, see, friend, this is what I was talking about. And she'll be like, okay.
Devin be, like I said, she go out in space sometimes, and I say, got to bring her back to Earth.
That's true.
And, it's just a matter of, again, like, playing off of each other's strengths and hearing each other out, whether it's on the outer space side or on the Earth side. So, yeah, that was a good question, though.
Yeah, that was good. And business and pleasure, I feel like that is this business is like pleasure. Like,
to us, right.
I don't feel like we are going to work.
Right. No, we have long days.
Yeah, we do have long days.
Let's be clear about that. We have long days. And we're doing something that we want. Like, we're not forced to do this to make $1, even though we look forward to making dollars.
Plenty of dollars.
But, right. So it's we're not forced into this work. We enjoy what we talk about. We enjoy the people that we connect with. So it is pleasure for us.
It is. But this was great.
It was. Happy first birthday
Happy
to the Real
first
Mama
birthday.
Pod. Many more to come.
Thank you all so much for joining us at the Real Mama Pod.
Yes, every Thursday night. Y'all could be anywhere.
But you're hanging out with us.
Yes, and we love it. So, friend, where can they find you?
They can find me anywhere they like. I'm on Instagram at KendraFerg_. And I'm also on Facebook, Kendra Ferguson. Okay. What about you?
And you can reach me at DevGrace_. Instagram, TikTok,
Pinterest, Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter, all of that at the Real Mama
Pod.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us. If you want to learn more about Kendra and I, you can check out our website where we have Mama merch. Hey, you can see our little sweatshirts.
All right. Yeah. We are wearing our Mama merch.
Yeah, we have sweatshirts, hats, necklaces. We also have Rich Auntie merch. So you can purchase that at www.therealmamapod.com. We're so funny.
I know.